Today I'm going to make some final adjustments to my bookmarker website, including, I hope, installing an AI-powered book recommendation engine. I'm not totally sure that Claude can do this, but I really want to try.
It's time for coding with Claude. Let's decode the digital facade. Watch us create innovation Neverland.
The TLDR is I've got a website where I am trying to keep track of book recommendations. I don't know anything about coding a website, so I have had Claude Code code everything for this website. It's done the coding, it's done the database schema, it's kind of told me how to use a database. It's even done the UI. But as it stands right now, I have a somewhat functioning website, but I haven't selected a UI design quite yet. So today it is time to pick a style and redo the website, and it's definitely time to pump up its functionality. I really am not interested in creating just another book rating website, but it did dawn on me if I had a way to say which books I liked or didn't like once I had read them and finished them, I could actually have an AI book recommendation engine right on my website. So that's my goal for today, is get the website spruced up so it's a little bit prettier to look at and functional enough to see if I can get Claude to code a book recommendation engine. So it's time to fire up Claude and ask for a couple more favors. All right, so this is where Bookmarker currently stands. We're gonna dance this up a little bit. The website is functional, but it's not exactly beautiful. I do have a UI design from Claude that I want to use, and so we need to restyle the website. Okay, I think I like a UI number 3 from the UI iterations mockup folder. Can you update the website to use that styling? Successfully updated the website to use UI number 3. Well, that's a problem. I copy that, see what it has to say about that. Perfect, it's been fixed. Ooh, okay. This is some of the best news I've had all day. So that looks pretty good. Next step. I kind of need a way to input what I do or don't like about books once I've read them. All right, wow. Okay, that caught me off guard. It's actually working. But you know what? I need to go back into planning mode. All right, so that looks really great. What I want to do now is add a sort of a book recommendation engine. I want this to be sort of in the voice of a friendly, older librarian who has read just tons of books and has just the best recommendations for all the customers that come into the library. So if I am looking for a book, I somehow need the website to know what books I have read in the past and have liked and the reasons that I've liked them. I do not want this to turn into just a 1 to 5 star book rating system. I am not interested in that, but I do think that every book, once I have read it, I would like to be able to say something like, loved it, it was just meh, or could not finish it. And then I would like some sort of mechanism to say what I did like about it and what I didn't like about it. For example, sometimes I might like a book's story, but it's just got so much violence and gore in it, I just am not interested in finishing it. Sometimes I might find a book's pacing just too slow, or maybe the writing is just bad. I need to sort of be able to capture those sorts of things, not just genre and did I like it, yes or no. So with that in mind, what kind of recommendations do you have? Okay, now I feel like we are really putting Claude to the test. And in fact, you can see that was so long, couldn't even capture all of that as text. But it did seem to capture everything I said. So it's gonna go work on that. I'm gonna go work on a couple things. We'll come back in a bit and see what it comes up with. This is a great example of if you didn't think Claude was really doing all the heavy lifting, it really is. Some of these prompts are just crazy. It's kind of me freeform, just laying out what I want the website to do, and Claude goes and does it. That is super impressive. Here is Claude's plan. Run a librarian's recommendation engine. Reading context, mood when read, time of year, life circumstances. It all does make a difference. Auto accept, yes. Push schema changes to the database, yes please. All right, so foundation is laid. Let's try this again. There is definitely some back and forth. Hunger Games, book 1, add to collection. I am not seeing though where I would add in, anything about it. This has some issues. Sometimes the interface didn't work quite like I had expected but hadn't spelled out. All right, so let's just say I did sort of that. Okay, let's copy that. And there are definitely a few bugs along the way. All right, now fully functional. So, oh, can I delete? Yes. No. So that has no record of it, which is a problem. Notice there's no delete method in the Books API. Well, that's not optimal. All right, so let's delete that. So let's add one of my favorite books. Finished, save. Okay, so it's a problem that right in here, I can't update it. Sometimes some functionality was just missing. One small problem, when I change the status of the book to finished, there's nowhere, I can't access the review writing in there. I'd like to be able to write the review immediately when I change the status, not have to hit save and go back into the book card. So let's try deleting that and adding that back in. Great, I wanna add that. I have finished it. Ah, this is perfect. But at each step, all I had to do was either explain to Claude what it was I was expecting or cut and paste the error message back into Claude so it could just go ahead and take care of it and fix it. Because again, and I can't reiterate this enough, I don't know what I'm doing. Claude is doing all of the work. I don't know where I would find the recommendation. I don't know where to find recommendations. Where is that friendly librarian that I want to talk to? I need some way to access her. Haven't built that yet. All right, it's gonna keep working. Margaret, excellent. Tell me what you're looking for, dear. You got anything based on the books that I've already read? Based on what you've told me, classics. I mean, that's pretty good. I have read both of these and very much enjoyed both of these. Okay, keep in mind, that's with only a handful of books actually entered into the system. That's impressive. Then, because I want to go back to the collection and test the browse. All right, so that's fixed too. We are in a great spot here. Okay, this is awesome. This progress today is honestly more than I had hoped for. I did not think it would get this far. So although there's a couple little typos and I could clean up the interface, honestly, if this is where I left it, I am completely happy. This is a fully functioning website. I can store books that I want to read, I can rate books that I have read, and I can get recommendations based on those books. This is 100% Claude coded. I did not step in at any point and tinker with the code myself. So if I leave it here, I am completely happy. Now, like any other shade tree mechanic, there's probably a few things that I will think of in the future that I'll want to add or kind of mess around with. But for today, I am considering this a complete win. Great job, Claude. All right, that's it for today. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have been playing with Claude too, or that this will inspire you to go play around a little bit with Claude because it is truly amazing what it can do. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
It's time for coding with Claude.